Oh, someone's watching. Uh, here's my book. Um, what the? Wait, where's that audio coming from? Where's that? Where's that audio coming from? What? Wait, wait, no. Oh no. How do I? Oh, oh, oh no. Oh, oh. How do I? How do I fix it? Oh, maybe that fixes it. Oh yeah, it was from the YouTube. Okay. Well, here's my book, and so you can see it. How do I arrange it so you can see it? How do I? How do I arrange it so you can see it? Okay, there we go. Uh, now let's see. Do we want that? No. That? 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 What about this? No. 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 Is that good? I think this works. Okay. Wait. Okay. Uh, dang. So, I'm gonna post a link to my book in chat. Posted link. Posted link. Yeah. What the? It reached the character limit. God dang it. I can't post my link. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. If you want the link to my ebook, I'm gonna post it. Uh, 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 if you want, my ebook, um, oh, I can post it in the description. Uh, where's the description to the video? Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll post it in the description. Update. Alright, I updated it. Wait, I wonder who's watching. Somebody liked my video. I only liked it once. So, who's watching? God dang. Yo, 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 yo. Now it just sounds like I'm talking about yo-yos. But wait, my mic is awful. If you hear my mic, because I can hear myself now and it doesn't sound good. It just doesn't sound good. Wait, I need some música. I need some música. I need some beats. We gotta, we gotta listen to some música. Ooh, let's listen to this. It's so cool. This song is so good. This song is so good. Yeah. Wait, can you guys hear this? Is it capturing my desktop audio? What if it's not capturing my desktop audio? I don't think it's capturing my desktop audio. Wait, wait, I'ma mute this and then play my Twitch. Wait, 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 I messed up. Wait, I have to mute this instead. Okay, I'ma mute it. Wait, so you can't hear it? Okay, you can't hear it. Okay, well, I'm gonna play it since you can't hear it, but I'm gonna find out how to hear it. Okay. How do you hear this? How do you do it? This is this is not right. Okay, you can't hear it. There's no way to share it. So I'm gonna go over my book. So uh so my book, right? Wait, you can't I'm hearing myself. I don't like hearing myself while I'm talking, because it's distracting. And my bottle that I drank from, it's like jacked up from something. I don't know what. I don't know why. But I have to like fix it. Um Wait, I just skipped a whole bunch. Wait. I just skipped like a whole bunch. Wait, what did I skip? Oh dang. I just scrolled like forever. I scrolled into infinity. Wait. Okay, this is the start of my book, besides the introduction. So, uh, uh, the max, um, the max lifts are like, wait, what are they? Wait, you can't see right now where I'm on. I'm on Discord. Wait, you can't see it. That's good, cause there's NSFW. But, wait, where's the post? There's a post I made. Wait, I gotta get the post. Hold on. I gotta get me that post. I gotta get me that post. Alright, I got my hands on the post. Um, if I repost it, that's fine. But I have to have it posted. Uh, oh, dang. Uh, um, uh, oh, dang. I gotta just post a singular message, as it's over the character limit, so it won't let me post the whole thing. So now I gotta go back to get the rest of the post. I was doing a school project, and I accidentally put nudity in my PowerPoint, so I had to take some time to delete it. It's funny story. Um, but yeah, you can't see my Discord, so I have to change the screen share. Wait, okay. Now I changed it. Now here we go. Now we're in my Discord. So the strongest upper body is Scully Muscle, strongest legs is Brian Shaw, and this is in the whole world. And overall body strongest is also Brian Shaw, who's a strongman, com- competes in strongman competitions for the world's strongest man, and fastest puncher is probably Ryan Garcia, unless it's still George Foreman, but George Foreman isn't alive still, I think. Maybe he's still alive. And then the fastest kicker might be me. In a slower kick, in a faster kick, it might not still be me. Or it could be me in all the kicks. Um, in running I'm the fastest. The highest jumper was an NFL player. The strongest biceps is Georgian Hulk. He's a professional arm wrestler, one of the best in the world, probably one of the top three, and he can bicep curl 190 pounds. The strongest shoulders is Big Boy on YouTube, because he can shoulder press significantly over 2,000 pounds. The strongest triceps is some calisthenics athlete, bodyweight exercise athlete who can do one arm muscle ups with added weight and who weighs a lot in just their body weight alone. And the strongest pecs is Julius Maddox, because he has the strongest raw bench press, so bench press without a bench press suit, because the suit improves your bench press by like hundreds of pounds, and his raw bench press is almost 800 pounds, and then pec fly like 400 pounds, like half of his bench press with each arm, and then Brian Chalk can high bar row the most, so his back is probably the strongest, and then the fastest arm and hand reflexes could be me, but it's probably an acrobat, because acrobats are just overpowered. And then the most endurance upper body is like um some push-up world record holder, and for lower body endurance, some squat or leg endurance world record holder, some Guinness world record holder. And lower body reflex is probably an acrobat. The best agility, balance, coordination, all to some acrobat. Overall person with most records is Brian Shaw, but probably not Brian Shaw, because probably an acrobat out there has the most, just because of like those three: agility, balance, and motor coordination. But Brian Shaw would have the most if acrobats didn't count, if we excluded acrobats. Um, and then, wait, what did I sell that for? Oh yeah, I said all that because, oh wait, I gotta change what it's screen sharing to. Okay, stop screen share, and then screen share again. Okay. Okay. So here's back to my book. So, So basically, if you do bodyweight exercises, you can become the strongest in the world in all the muscles. And you'd also use bodyweight exercises to train agility, stability, balance, motor coordination. You wouldn't use weight training exercises. And you can only get so far with weight training. Bodyweight exercises are the only way to get as strong as possible, or really to reach any goal as far as possible, because it's relative to your body weight, and bodyweight exercises are just harder in general than resistance training. Um, I'm streaming from Restream, but I actually try to stream from uh uh, I'm streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and D Live, but D Live isn't letting me go live for some reason, so it's only to Twitch and YouTube, and I tried to make an account on a fourth site to stream from, to simultaneously simulcast to, but it wouldn't let me make an account, so I just gave up on it. But that site is called Live EDU, and I was looking forward to that one of the most. Um, G Live, I wasn't looking forward to actually as much as YouTube and Twitch, because I haven't streamed to YouTube in a while. But D Live didn't even work, so I don't know if it will. But D Live is better, I feel like, than other sites. So I'm not gonna give up on trying to set up the D Live stream. But my loophole is that you can build 15 times your body weight in muscle mass, because there's a rare chart of the percentage of body weight you can build in muscle mass in each of the 25 years of your muscular experience that you have to build muscle. And when you multiply the multipliers of the percentages, you get 15.56 and then a long decimal. Oh, sorry. So that is about 15 times, because you're going to lose fat, so that's not going to compound interest. So you just want to consider it 15 times. It might even be less, but if you start off weighing 100 pounds or 200 pounds, then that's 1,500 to 3,000 pounds of muscle you can build. And this is strictly lean muscle mass, because you're not going to be building as much muscle if it's bulk muscle mass. So it has to be lean to be this high. And this muscle is specifically super lean. So each pound of muscle can have hundreds of pounds of lifting force. So you could potentially weigh 120 pounds and be close to the strongest in the world. Um, you could honestly be really, really light and have incredible strength. Like, I'm 130 pounds and I'm nowhere near the strongest in the world. But if this is correct, you should be able to be less than 25 pounds increase in muscle. Because if you start out at 100 pounds and 25% is the first year's muscle growth, that's 25 pounds of muscle mass. But you can become the strongest in the world in less than a year of training. You can become the strongest in the world in 40 workouts. So in 40 workouts, you haven't even built um you haven't even built 20 pounds of muscle mass. So you could weigh 120 pounds and be the strongest in the world. And that's a level of leanness and density and muscle mass that's beyond anybody's muscle that anybody has ever had. So it's a level of density that means literally your arm could be tiny, but the muscle is so densely packed. And this level of strength is only possible if you train with the highest intensity with each workout, and if you know what your 1 rep max is, and always do your 1 rep max. Every set, And as long as you have enough added weight and can fit it onto you, you have to keep adding resistance, and you can't mess up in any workout and mess up even a single set, because messing up even a single set can result in a loss of a significant amount of gains, because you can gain muscle from each set. In fact, possibly each rep if you do max rep sets. So, because it's one rep max each move, so each rep is a set. Um, and even if you mess up, you still have to continue to your max reps. Even if you messed up and you're not doing your one rep max. If you're doing like 4 reps, you still have to continue, or else you're gonna knock out. So, and definitely don't do like more than 3 reps though. 1 rep max is ideal, but if you can't do that, then keep it within 3. But most people don't even consider that like a good workout, because they're like, how am I supposed to do just 1 rep? But it's very easy to. You just do 1 rep. It's easier than doing multiple reps. Because 1 rep max with full force, full speed is what will build you muscle. Will build you the most muscle. Um, because when you do that high of an intensity, it grows new muscle, because you're doing the hardest you can possibly do, and you're doing full range of motion, so it's guaranteed to improve your 1 rep max intensity the next time you do a 1 rep max. So if you always do 1 rep max, you'll improve after each set. So the next time you do a set, your 1 rep max is a little bit higher. Um, God damn, I didn't check chat. Oh, nobody said anything in chat. Then who's watching? Why do I have 1 viewer in YouTube, but in Twitch it's stream restream bot? Wait, the restream bot is gone. And in Twitch maybe I have a real viewer. Then who's watching me if there's no users in chat and there's no restream bot and nobody said anything? That's like the most confounding conundrum. It's like impossible to tell um who's watching me, and it's supposed to show like users in chat and stuff. And in YouTube I can't check at all. So um like I'm not partnered. Wait, participants, moderators. Okay, who's participants? Wait, it doesn't show anything. Pop out chat. I don't wanna pop out. I have the cover over my mic, so if I talk too low, it's not sensitive enough to pick up my voice. So I always have to talk above a certain volume, or else you can't hear me at all. So, okay, now we're in cardio. So, before you're able to run fast, you have to do step aerobics. Step aerobics is the only cardio, as well as running upstairs. If you have a really long flight of stairs, like I'm talking a super long flight of stairs, um, or if you have a bench stepper or a sturdy chair, you can also do one-legged jump aerobics. Because after you do step aerobics, humans can already hop on one leg, so instead of doing step aerobics where you're stepping with 2 legs, you can do one-legged jump aerobics, which is cardio for reps. So you're gonna improve your heart endurance within 3 to 4 reps. Once you can do 3 to 4, you can increase the difficulty either with the chair or bench stepper height or ankle weights. And you can use ankle weights and use staircases to do one-legged jump aerobics and step aerobics. you don't just have to do it on a chair or bench step. But if you have a sturdy staircase, like at a public building, you can use that. And you don't want to worry about how you're using calves and hamstrings to go forward on the staircase. So if you have ankle weight, then you can't go forward because it's too hard on your calves and hamstrings. Because the harder it is, the better. Because by the time you can go all the way up with ankle weights that are heavy up to the top of the staircase in one-legged jump aerobics, then that's harder. So you only need a really tall staircase and a pair of 44 pounds ankle weights, and that's all you need to become like almost as fast as possible. Like that's probably like thousands of miles per hour running in the ideal running conditions. In the worst running conditions, 1,000 miles per hour would turn into um like 200 miles per hour. Like depending on what conditions, you could make your running speed a lot slower. But in the ideal conditions, you could be really fast. And that has to do with the friction of the running surface and the types of shoes you wear. Certain shoes absorb more shock, so they don't allow you to exert more force on the ground because they absorb the force and disperse it through the sole of the shoe. Depending on the unevenness of the ground or floor and how your feet work when you run, if you have any problems with your feet and it's uneven, that might slow you down, or if just you don't have much leg muscle, but you're really fast but don't have much leg strength component, you never strength train your legs to help with running. That could be a factor too. And also, if you're breathing, how you're breathing when you run, if you don't breathe as hard as possible, then technically you can't run as fast as you possibly can unless you're breathing as hard as possible. And also, if you don't move your arms in the ideal way, you won't run as fast as possible. And if your arms and legs aren't coordinated with your body while you run, and there's just a lot of factors to how fast you run. Where in the worst conditions, you could be a lot slower. So like the best running conditions is high cushion shoes with hard soles, hard thick soles, like not structural support shoe soles, and to run on like a school building floor but outside and with no wind, or inside, but really long, straight path and no wind, yeah, and good air, um, and to have uh nothing wrong with your feet, and breathe as hard as possible, and then to have to have uh have the bottom of the shoe be completely flat so the whole surface area of the bottom of the shoe makes contact with the floor, so you have all that friction, not like those shoes where there are balls nuggets on the bottom of the shoe and it's just a few ball points making contact. That's like really bad for running. um and if you get that fast, you can't use treadmills because they have a limit, usually of 20 miles per hour or 24 miles per hour as the max speed on the treadmill. And treadmills you can't do one-legged cardio on. And you burn calories based on how much distance you travel in cardio. So if you travel vertical distance and horizontal distance, you can't really measure your calories burned based on how much distance you travel because it's not just horizontal. So if you use a treadmill and you're going up, then you're avoiding the horizontal traction of the treadmill. So on treadmills, you have to run completely horizontal. Don't bounce up because that's cheating on a treadmill. If you bounce up, then you can't actually run at that speed necessarily. Um, if you can only maintain that speed from bouncing up and down. Uh, and with cardio machines, you can use them to build heart endurance, but it has to be in the right way. So if you use an elliptical and you're strictly using the elliptical without using a bunch of leg muscle, like your legs are weak, and you're not strength training your legs or arms at all, then that will go into your heart endurance. But if you use an elliptical also, and you still do that, but you don't do high enough intensity that gets you to stop after 5 minutes, then that won't improve your heart endurance because it has to be high enough intensity, which means you should be finished after 5 minutes. You shouldn't be able to continue. Um, and so the best thing to do is use a really high resistance on the elliptical, and you might still be going after 5 minutes, but you'll be really slowed down. So that counts as you stopping because you're not able to continue at that same speed on the elliptical, but you're still at that resistance level. Um, and with accessory lifts, you don't want to do them because you either need a spotter, or if you don't need a spotter, then you're just making like newbie gains, or you're just wasting your opportunity to train even harder than resistance training moves, but with body weight. Because if you're able to do them without a spotter and that well, you could progress even faster with body weight exercises. So there's no reason to do accessory lifts, especially when they're better bodyweight alternatives to target individual muscles, and also compound bodyweight exercises that will strengthen you more because it's relative to your body weight, as opposed to being strong in resistance training moves and still taking a long time to progress. Because in bodyweight exercises, you can progress 28% per workout, 28% strength or speed or whatever, endurance, um, if it's cardio. If it's resistance training, I don't know what percentage you could progress. Probably half that, because resistance training, you can't really maximize the intensity with resistance training. Even if you do 1 rep max with all your resistance training moves, it's not the same as doing 1 rep max with all your cardio move. Bodyweight moves with like weighted calisthenics. So so if you do resistance training, you should still do 1 rep max, still do full force, full speed. Preferably use continuous tension, so combine a resistance band and dumbbell, or use a weight cable machine. And if you do resistance training, you can do accessory lifts without a spotter. So there are alternatives like machines and other stuff. But for bodyweight exercises, one of the only good ones that is able to be similar to body weight in how much strength it can build is squats, because when you do body weight squats, you're still sometimes doing 2 legs and just holding weight. It's just not holding it a barbell over your back. So squats is the closest thing, the most similar thing, the least differences between calisthenics and resistance training. So do squats if you're gonna do accessory lifts. But no, don't do accessory lifts. If you want to do bodyweight squats, you can make much more gains by doing one-legged weighted squats, and that is really hard. So you'll progress really fast with that, and you can hold the weights. However, you don't have to hold it over your back, a barbell, and risk like injury. Um, One-legged weighted squats can sometimes work your lower back because you're bending over to hold like dumbbells or whatever weights you're holding. But you don't have to work your lower back when you do weighted bodyweight squats. Um, and with cardio, you can do aerobic intensity cardio for an hour a day, and for each day you do it, you won't age because somehow it prevents your heart endurance, your heart health age from declining. So it prevents your body from aging. certain things in your body still might age, but generally you won't age. And physically, if you do aerobic intensity cardio and get a good sweat and blood flow, for an hour a day, um, and if you improve your cardio so high, you can't do anti-aging cardio as easily because you need really heavy ankle weightage, which can be rough on your ankles, and you need really high step aerobic bench height. So when you get really advanced, you can't really do anti-aging cardio because there's nothing that's in that sweet spot of like 65 to 85% of your max cardio intensity where you can do that an hour a day with your equipment and not get too tired or not use your muscles too much and waste muscular experience because you only have 25 years of muscular experience. So if I was that if I was even more advanced in cardio and I had to do anti-aging cardio every day, I would just buy the 44 pounds ankle weights from eBay that are really comfortable, I think, and I would just do step aerobics with them. Because you can't do one-legged jump aerobics for an hour. That's gonna get your quadriceps too tired. And you can't do two-legged jump aerobics for an hour because that's also gonna get your quadriceps too tired. And you can't do like plyometrics with ankle weights. Like you can't do like a P90X home workout exercise program DVD. You can't do that with heavy ankle weights because the moves are designed to have no added weight on your legs. So they have kicks and other moves that you're not going to be able to do with ankle weights unless you're like super strong leg muscles and hip flexors too. But what I would do is just do step aerobics with um with uh with really heavy ankle weights and hope that it gets me to sweat. And if you need to, you can get two pairs of the 44 pounds ankle weights, and that way you have 88 pounds of ankle weightage on each leg. And hopefully, and if you surpass that and still it's not enough to get you to sweat, then you need to like custom design your own ankle weights and get them ordered 'cause or you need to figure out some way to add resistance to your ankles, legs, without using ankle weights, which is really hard. So this is why it presents a problem, because everyone should want to do anti-aging cardio so that you don't age. But you can if you get too hard endurance advanced because then nothing is hard enough for you. Everything is either really hard if you go to your max intensity or it's too easy. And the stuff that's in the sweet spot, usually you can't pull off because of the equipment or how the moves are. Um and Yeah, there's just a lot of problems with anti-aging cardio. Like people who do it every day and sweat so much, you lose a lot of electrolytes and it gets you very tired. It's very good for you, but it's hard to keep up every single day. Most people would probably never do anti-aging cardio for that long. Like, to actually have a dent in your age, like prevent you from aging for like 20 years. Like to do anti-aging cardio for like more than 10 years would be such a burden. Every day you have to do that, and it's not fun either because you're just burning yourself out. So, and I used to do this thing where I would try to calculate the multiplier with ankle weights. I don't do that anymore because it all depends on your leg length and the weight of your leg and all this stuff. And I don't want people to try to calculate like they're mathematicians with calisthenics or something. Like it's too hard to approximate. So I just say like if you can use 44 or 45-pound ankle weights, then you're advanced. If you're like 10 pounds ankle weightage, you're still a newbie. And if you're like 20 to 25-pound ankle weightage for some different stuff, like not necessarily one-legged or two-legged running, but just in general, like 20 to 25 is good. But 10 pounds is easy. If 10 pounds ankle weights is hard for you, then you're probably not close to like 30 to 35 miles per hour running. You want to use 25-pound ankle weights and up. Uh, and there's a 44-pound pair of ankle weights from eBay that is the most affordable and honestly the best quality. I would get those. You can just search 44 pounds ankle weights on eBay and you'll find it. Or you can spell pounds with like the LBS dot. Um, with body temperature heat regulation, you increase your body temperature 3 to 4 degrees for a hard workout, and that's a fraction of how much increase in temperature that you can maintain without dying, like from a fever. So technically, what I thought of is that if you can do cardio at a much higher power output, watts, that's physics. If then you would be able to handle a much higher internal body temperature, unless your internal organs still can't handle it. In which case, you'd still die at the same temperature. But this is experimental, hypothetical, saying that maybe it improves your other organs too, or something. I don't know. Maybe it conditions your other organs from all those times training in a higher output. Um, and that's like probably kinesiology or even like biochemistry or something. I don't know. Some advanced science, but uh um and when you fall from the sky, if you're completely horizontal, you have a lot of air resistance actually. So you only reach a maximum speed of about 122 miles per hour. So if you can run that fast without amps, your base running speed, you should be able to land from that height. And people can already run like 15.9 miles per hour is the average max running speed. So if you just improve like about 8 times, you should be able to land falling from the sky. And I've improved that much. I've improved my heart endurance more than 8 times. So my max running speed, if without amps, but if I didn't have any injuries because I have nerve damage in my feet, but I would be able to run at like 200 miles per hour. And you lose heart endurance after 1 to 2 weeks, 7 to 14 days of not doing cardio or just not raising your heart endurance really high. And it's a 7% to 25% loss in heart endurance. And really, you lose the heart endurance you've gained in the past several months. So if you haven't gained any in the past several months, you might not lose much. Um, but you lose muscle mass after 3 weeks, 21 days of not training the muscle. And that's lean muscle mass. Bulk muscle mass, you're always losing. So if all your muscle mass is bulk muscle mass, you're always losing that because you lose muscle 21 days after your workout, which in the 21 days, though, you're losing pump muscle, the muscle, bulk muscle mass from your workout pump. So you're always losing bulk muscle mass. So if you only have bulk muscle mass, you're probably going to lose it faster than 21 days after your last workout because you're always losing it. So that's another reason why you don't want bulk muscle mass. You want to have lean muscle mass and just make sure you work the muscle within 21 days of the last time. And even if you don't want to work out that often, you can still go back like once a month and do a really high intensity body weight workout with added resistance. And one of the things I say is you have to be able to fit it on you when you're using like weight plates or you're fitting weight vest on you and stuff. You can't fit infinite weight on your body. So what you have to do when you're really advancing body weight exercises and you're using hundreds of pounds of added resistance is you have to buy a polypropylene bungee cord because those bungee cords have like 450 pounds of resistance, so you can loop them and use multiple layers thick of a bungee cord, and that way you can have thousands of pounds of added resistance and just do one arm of everything or one legged of everything. Um, and since you hold the band, loop it around your back, and then push it down with your hands, it's stabilized, held in place by your back and hands. So you're not standing on it, you're not sitting on it, or stabilizing it like bolting it down into some like hard place. So it's it works that way because you're holding it in place with your own body, the counteracting force. So if you do squats with polypropylene and bungee cords, what you have to do is loop it over your shoulders, and then it's gonna work your lower back, and then tie it in a circle with a shoe knot type of tie, so you can untie it later. Don't tie shoe knots to do shoestrings. Um, but tie it as a shoe knot, the bungee cord that way, so you can untie it later, because you don't want to tie it as like one of those tight knots. Then it's stuck like that forever. Because you want to adjust the intensity by changing the length and position and stuff. And then you're gonna stand in it, and on one leg, of course, because you don't want to work your lower back with the combined force of your two-legged squat. That's going to work your lower back too hard. Because your squat is going to be stronger than your lower back extension. There's also a leg lower back extension, which is really weak. That's like an eighth as much weight as you can lift with um back lower back extension. Leg lower back extension, though, is really good for training your lower back. But to do that, you have to stretch really well. That's another thing I forgot to say. You have to establish each muscle before you train it. If you've never stretched a muscle, you have to stretch it out completely. And you have to stretch before, in between sets, and after your workout. Technically, you don't have to stretch after. That's the only time you don't have to stretch, but I would still stretch after because it's gonna help you recover. And you don't have to warm up or cool down though. You don't need to do that to prevent injury. You just need to stretch. If you don't stretch completely, that's the only thing that's gonna injure you. Unless you already have a serious injury, then you should warm up and cool down. But and cool down and warm up is honestly optional. But stretch isn't. You have to stretch. Because unless you're working out at such low intensity, you don't need to stretch. That means you're not making gains. You need to stretch. Yeah. Oh, I have to eat. Okay. Well, I had one viewer in Twitch and YouTube. Uh, I don't know who watched me though. God damn. Uh, I don't know. It's probably a bot. I wonder if Ophelia Bear still watch. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream. I've been streaming for an hour, 4 minutes, and 10 seconds.